All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I literally just did a video about Monster Hunter Wilds and how the game is getting destroyed right now in reviews due to a majority of the issues being related to performance issues, especially obviously on PC where it's happening. Steam is at a 40 to 60% ratio, where 60% is negative and 40% is positive. The overall sentiment about the game is that the game is good and that they are having massive issues in terms of optimization and performance that are really dragging down the experience. Well, apparently, that much backlash has resulted in Capcom and Monster Hunter Wilds having to respond immediately, or it feels like damn near immediately, to the issues of performance on PC. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, you must know that the issues are terrible if you have Capcom responding almost immediately to the backlash. The backlash has been swift. It has been ridiculous how many negative reviews have come in for this game. Even after filming a video not just a couple of hours ago, I just saw even more reviews come in, and they are coming in very fast. People are clearly not happy with the performance of this game on PC, and now you got console people coming out and be like, ha, take it, PC losers. Like, it's a massive cluster right now where all I want to focus on is their comments, is their response in on the game itself. So let's get into the article, guys, from the VGC. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, again, it says Monster Hunter Wilds Capcom responds to performance issues on PC. Capcom responds to serious performance issues on the platform. Now, again, guys, I hate to say this, and I know people are going to be like, well, that's not an excuse, and trust me, it's not. But at the end of the day, man, the Resident Evil engine has been proven to be absolute trash with games like this. It's a proven fact. I mean, Dragon's Dogma proved that as well. The game can't handle open world scenarios, or the engine, I should say, can't handle open world scenarios, and they very clearly haven't fine-tuned the engine to be able to handle that. But it doesn't matter because Capcom is going to want to use their in-house engine because of obvious reasons at this point. But that's besides the point. Let's read on and let's see what their actual response was to gamers. It says Capcom has responded to the performance issues faced by PC players of Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds was released on Friday, and almost as soon as the PC version was in the public hands, players reported issues with optimization, performance, and more. The game, which has received praise from fans outside of the performance issues, hit almost 1 million concurrent Steam players on launch night, and it's well past that now. The game was at 1.3 million concurrent players, and we're not even into the weekend yet. This game is going to do insane numbers. I don't know if it's going to hit 2 million on the weekend, but I gotta imagine it's going to surpass 1.5 million on the weekend at this point because, wow, it is insane. Now, Capcom has responded to the issues and has provided some suggestions to fans as how to fix their performance problems. A post on Monster Hunter Status, the franchise's official support account, reads, if you're experiencing any initial issues with Monster Hunter Wilds on Steam, please try updating your graphics driver, turning off compatibility mode, and then readjust your settings. So they're giving you very basic, like tech support answers. And I kind of, I don't know if this is a joke or if it's just maybe PR control until they figure out what to actually say regarding the PC version. But I gotta imagine there are more issues than just, oh, update your drivers. I feel like most people know that their drivers need to be updated because Nvidia dropped an update before this game came out, and they knew that, right? I feel like most people would know to update their drivers. But okay, let's say some people didn't, fine, whatever. It doesn't matter, man. What about the people that did update their drivers and they're still having problems? And then turning off compatibility mode. I mean, what are we doing here? Do we really have to go through these loopholes aside from the drivers to be able to actually run this game properly or even semi-properly at this point? And trust me, I understand, like I've said in my last video, I understand there are people out there that are not experiencing issues. I understand the majority of those people have top tier rigs as well. You cannot have an elitist mindset like that and say, well, since I have a 4090, the game should run like shit on essentially everything else, because the game's running on shit on pre-generation hardware, like 3080s. And it's I don't understand how this is even remotely a conversation. The game should be able to be optimized, and it's not an excuse for Capcom and the Resident Evil engine to be this bad with open world games, no matter how much we want to love Monster Hunter Worlds. And like I told you, I'm going to be playing that game today, 5 p.m. Eastern on Hypnotic Live on Griffcast, so I can't wait to check it out. It was gifted to me. Shout out to Kira. Thank you so much for gifting it to the channel. But at the end of the day, man, like, it doesn't matter. This should not be an excuse. You should be able to at least still be able to be critical, even if you love the game, and say, hey, there are people experiencing some major issues with this. Are you planning to fix this? Why did you release it in this state? People were not having this issue with the demo. People are not having this issue during the beta. What is going on here? I feel like people have a right to ask those questions, even if the game is, notoriously loved by pretty much almost everybody. So then it says, in the linked post on the Monster Hunter support website, Capcom has suggested several steps that could fix the issues, including updating drivers, adding the game's folder and files to a player antivirus exception list, and more. Again, I feel like I'm calling tech support. You know what I mean? You ever call tech support and they give you the most basic bullshit answers as to what to do, and you're like, I did all that before calling, which is why I'm calling you, but they still want to go through the same thing anyway because they have to. It's so ridiculous. It says, if you still experience issues, please also try the troubleshooting steps on the official Monster Hunter Wilds troubleshooting and issue reporting thread posted on the Steam community page, as they contain more detail and additional steps that may help resolve your issue. And again, guys, VGC's 5-star Monster Hunter Wilds review, which is played on PS5 Pro, calls it a victory lap for Capcom's golden age, concluding that Monster Hunter Wilds is confident, bold, and one of the best Monster Hunter games ever, thanks to its ability to stand on the giant shoulders of worlds and improve it in virtually every way. So there are people out there that are praising this game, and I'm sure it's rightfully so. Do not get it twisted. I fully expect this to be a fantastic video game. It's just unfortunate that Capcom is one of many other developers that pretty much treats the PC community as second fiddle. When you look at the fucking numbers, man, you have 1.3 million concurrent players on Steam. That means you've sold at least a minimum of 2 to 2.5 copies, 2.5 million copies on Steam on day one. You are well on your way to hitting Black Myth Wukong numbers. That's how popular your game is right now. And you're treating that community as if they're second fiddle. You're treating that community with basically no, I don't know, like there's no urgency, essentially, is what I'm saying. You guys released this video game pretty much knowing, I guarantee you, that it was going to be broken. And now you're doing PR control until you basically figure it out and patch the game afterwards and say, oh, we're sorry. Here's a free item in game. Please forgive us, like every other company does. And that's the biggest issue with this. So if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, totally understand. I get where you're coming from, but you should not let your fellow player down and make them feel like their voice isn't heard simply because you may or may not be experiencing issues on your side, or ultimately you kind of want to just support the game and not talk negative about the game. We should at least be honest about how the game is playing, how it's performing, and how it's affecting people that spent their hard-earned money on the game itself. But that doesn't mean that Monster Hunter Wilds is not a fantastic game. And me personally, I cannot wait to jump in on it. So if you want to watch it, please make sure you come visit my secondary channel, Hypnotic Live, where I will be on Griffcast at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, playing Monster Hunter Wilds. Be there, and let's see if we can make another McDuggan's family member. Who really knows? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.